Nestled in the heart of South Africa's Eastern Cape province, Lusikisiki is a vibrant town steeped in history, culture, and natural beauty. Known for its lush greenery and rolling hills, this charming town derives its name from the rustling sound of its tall grasses swaying in the wind. Lusikisiki is a gateway to the untamed beauty of the wild coast, where the Indian Ocean meets rugged cliffs and unspoiled beaches. Just a short drive away, visitors can find breathtaking natural wonders like Magua Falls, a towering cascade framed by dramatic gorges and endless tea plantations. This waterfall, often compared to the more famous Victoria Falls, offers a quieter but equally awe-inspiring experience. The town is also a cultural hub, home to the Amampondo people, whose rich traditions and vibrant heritage infuse daily life. Traditional songs, dances, and ceremonies often bring the streets alive, celebrating a connection to the land that spans generations. The region is also dotted with historical sites, such as the Isinuka Springs, where locals have gathered for centuries to experience the healing properties of the mineral-rich waters. Lusikisiki's untouched landscapes are a haven for nature lovers. The Makambati Nature Reserve, with its unique blend of coastal and inland ecosystems, offers an incredible array of wildlife, from eland and zebra to rare birds. Pristine rivers and waterfalls add to the allure, making it an ideal destination for hiking, fishing, and photography. Despite its modest size, Lusikisiki exudes a sense of timeless beauty and tranquility. It's a place where tradition meets nature, offering visitors a unique opportunity to reconnect with South Africa's roots while marveling at the landscapes that make this country truly special. Lusikisiki is more than just a town. It is a symbol of resilience and community. Home to over 100,000 people, it is a hub of cultural pride and economic activity in the OR Tambo district. But like many areas in South Africa, it is not immune to the challenges of crime, unemployment, and social unrest.
Now this story leads. Police Minister Senzo Mchunu has sent his condolences to the family of the 17 people who were brutally murdered in Lusikisiki in the Eastern Cape. Mchunu says that his department has full faith and confidence in the team that has been deployed to crack the case and find the criminals. The police minister has urged communities to work closely with police in sharing information and providing tip-offs to create safer communities. A manhunt is meanwhile still underway for the perpetrators of the mass shooting. The incident happened when armed men opened fire on a group of people in the village on Friday night. It's understood 2 households were affected. In one house, 13 people were brutally killed. The 13 include 12 women and a man. At another homestead, 4 people were killed. The wounded are said to be fighting for their lives in hospital.
On the 26th of September 2024, at a village called Nyathi, which is in Ngobozana, Lusikisiki, a family of 23 had gathered in 2 homesteads which were on the same street, directly next to each other. The family members present, who were mainly women, had gathered to prepare for a traditional ceremony called Umembolo, or Ukukululwa Kwezila, which is a cleansing ritual done to signal the end of a mourning period. The deaths that the family had been mourning were of a mother and her daughter, who were both shot and killed in 2023, last year. Both the mother and daughter belonged to the same family. On that day, the family prepared food and drinks for the ceremony. They had also been packing presents and also moving goods, including furniture. The ceremony was supposed to take place on the morning of the 27th of September, on the following day, and they would travel to another village, taking everything with them. At around 2 a.m., as the family was sleeping in their bedrooms after a long day of preparations, a group of men who were carrying assault rifles broke the windows of the 2 homes, managed to open the doors, and proceeded to get inside. After entering the homes, the men started shooting at everyone who was inside. At the first homestead, 5 people were shot and killed by the gunmen with no survivors. At the second homestead, where there were 19 people, inside 2 separate houses in the same yard, the gunmen shot and killed 13 people. However, 6 people, 4 women, 1 man and a 2-month-old baby, managed to survive the massacre. The 2-month-old baby was found by police crying on top of his dead mother's body. A total of 15 women and 3 men died in the attack, totaling 18 people, with the youngest victim being a 14-year-old teenage boy and the oldest being a 64-year-old grandmother.
But I'm joined now by Mthunzi Ndleleni. Mthunzi lost his mother. Mthunzi, umama wakho ebekunye naba bantu bebesiya emuthulweni. Nishiyeke ngoku ningabantwana abane. Aniphangeli nonke. Intoni indima, ithini indima ibidlalwa ngumama apha ekhayeni?
Hello sisi, ndiyabulela kokuqala. Mthunzi Ndleleni ngobuzana. Sisi, umama besithwele kwelikhaya. Njengoba nibona, linje ikhaya lethu. Ukuhamba kwakhe kushiye kakhulu. Asazi uba sizothini. Ubengumuntu ebephanda, ubengasebenzi. Ebesemdala, ubengumuntu othi kuze silale sidlile. Ahamba uthengisa inkonxa. Ubengumuntu ebezihoyela ipetsheni. So ukuhamba kwakhe kusibethile kakhulu because ngoku sesishiyeke singabantwana, bese ngena mzali besekhona besemdala phakathi ekhayeni. So kuyasibetha kakhulu ngoba ngoku asazi basothini, nazi indlu besithi uyayizama ngentsimbi zakhe uyishiye ngayigqibanga. So singakuvuyela kakhulu because nangoku asazi uba sizoqala ngaphi sithini xa ufuneka simngcwabile. So kunzima sisikakhulu, kunzima ngoba inhlungu esibhekene nayo asiyazi. Ushiye phandle umama ebesazama, sizama ukulungisela ikhaya, asikwazi nje. Esikucelayo nje uba singafumana usizo lokuba sikwazi ukumngcwaba umama njengendlela ekufanele basimngcwabe ngayo njengomuntu omdala. Umngcwabo wakhe ube nesidima, ube mhle.
So a mother is devastated. The father is just as well. The siblings, the 2 brothers that are left, the 3 brothers that are left behind, it's so traumatizing for them. They don't understand why would their sister, their daughter, why would our niece die in this nature, die like a criminal? Because, when we went to view the body, it was traumatizing on its own. You could see that is not a 9mm gun shot. It's a rifle, and all the deceased injuries were on their head. So that they meant to kill them. They didn't want any survivors in that incident.
Igama lami ngibona besika Semnqina ngomnye wemlungu manje womndeni okubhlungu kakhulu apha ndilahlekelwe bo auntie bo sister bam babafowethu yiyo into esibhekene nayo and okubhlungu kakhulu ngawo August ngonyaka odlule besikulemeko kubalahleke uauntie ngayo lendlela nomnye udadewethu izolo besilungiselela bana namhlanje sizawuvuka siye eMantlanini kuyohamba siye emzini wakhe usisi wami siyo khumula olozila elo namhlanje kwahla ebusuku kwehla esisehlo sikilemeko ikumila kunjena and sifila kabhlungu kakhulu ngoba into esibetha kakhulu kwa state sethu elizweni senza uba singasethembi ngoba even kula case ya last year akhona omnye obuyileyo nempendulo uba abandawo ningoku akubotshwanga umuntu and is the results uba akubotshwanga umuntu istate sethu asoyikiwa lesi senze ba ngoku namhlanje makube silahlekelwe imindeni emingaka khona neminye imindeni ibizile apha izosincedisa eyenze ba mabade abantu abalapha bayofikelela ku17 naba basesibhedlela singazi noma uzosinda omnye wenza u18 leyo nto ibhlungu kakhulu yenza uba singaziva kamnandi sizive sinoloyiko and enye ingxaki esikhona kulemizi kungoku asiyazi sizoyichiya kobani because baphele bonke abantu asizazi bakuzolala kukhona bani iyo into esibhekene nayo sisi.
When the police arrived at the scene, they saw what they described as a horror. Inside the homes, they saw blood-stained walls marked with bullet holes. There were piles of dead bodies all over the house's passage, heading all the way to the bedrooms. According to the police, based on the bullet casings left on the scene, the gunman used various weapons to carry out the shooting, which included an assault rifle, a hunting rifle, an AK-47, and also a 9mm pistol. Confirming the cruelty of the attack, Police allege that the gunmen counted the victims one by one as they were shooting at them, and that they were patient enough to make sure that all 18 victims were finished off on the scene. In addition to the police officers in Lusikisiki and the Eastern Cape as a province, the new Minister of Police, Senzo Mchunu, deployed specialized national police, some of were undercover, to investigate the mass shooting.
But indeed, following an incident like this, we must know who we're looking for, to see how they look like. But I can assure you, they are not human beings. They were not meant to live. They were not meant to be amongst us, because they are no human beings. There is no human being who can do what happened to those 18 people. But we just are appealing to everybody around Nguzahil municipality to support and cooperate. Commissioner Masimula has acted, and quite quickly, sending teams of forensic investigators and other investigators on specialized basis. They've started doing the work there, and are hoping that we will find some clues in terms of who did these heinous crimes. We'll spare no moment.
On the 7th of October 2024, 2 weeks after the mass shooting, the first suspect was arrested by the Lusikisiki police. 45-year-old Sipho Miyaketha was arrested at his home in Mathimde location at the Mamfengwini area in the district of Lusikisiki. During his appearance at the Lusikisiki Magistrates Court on the 9th of October, the state revealed that he was on the police's record books because he was a former felon. According to court records, Sipho was sentenced to life imprisonment on the 27th of February 2002 for the murder of a police officer in Lusikisiki, armed robbery, and also illegal possession of a firearm. He also has a conviction for escaping from police custody. On the 2nd of May 2023, he was released from the Mathatha prison, which is about 2 hours away from his home village in Lusikisiki. Before he was arrested again for the Lusikisiki mass shootings, he was out on parole after serving 21 years of his life sentence. On the 15th of October, 6 days after his first appearance in court, he made his second appearance at the Lusikisiki Magistrates Court. During his appearance, he would be formally charged with 18 counts of murder and 1 count of possession of an unlicensed firearm, specifically an AK-47 assault rifle. He appeared in court wearing a black jacket with his face partially obscured by a black and white mask. The courtroom was heavily guarded with a significant police presence. Outside the court, a group of residents from Lusikisiki gathered to protest against the possibility of him being granted bail. During the court proceedings, Sipho's lawyer informed the court that his client had decided to not apply for bail and abandon the bail application. This decision followed his previous indication that he would apply for bail and be represented by a legal aid attorney. Speaking to the media outside court, David King, the uncle of 21-year-old Ruth King, one of the victims of the mass shooting, expressed relief that Sipho had abandoned his bail bid. However, he voiced concerns over delays in conducting ballistics tests on the firearms seized from the accused.
We are happy about that. He was just wasting the court's time in any case. But we are worried, I wouldn't lie, we are worried about the ballistic test. You'd recall that I spoke to you about the issue of ballistic tests and case withdrawals in the Lusikisiki courts because of guns that have not been taken for ballistic tests.
The protesters who were gathered outside the court would also express their views about the suspect's second appearance in court and him not wanting to apply for bail.
Ndithi lo mntu lo tata le nto enzele le nto yenzileyo uyenza ngamasibomu kwaye le nto athi mayibe engabikho ibheyili ebeneenjongo zale nto yenzayo ke ngokunake sifuna uthatha advantage nathi ke simphathaphathe simxinaxine khanisipheni.
The case would be postponed to the 26th of November 2024 for further investigations, the arrest of additional suspects, and to wait for the results of the outstanding ballistics tests. On the 15th of October 2024, The NPA, along with the South African Police Service, would release pictures of 4 individuals who they believed were linked to the mass shooting. According to the police, 20-year-old Songezo Vuma, 31-year-old Bonga Hinsa, 25-year-old Afewe Ndende, and 31-year-old Luando Anthony were also suspected of playing a part in the mass shooting in Lusikisiki. Through their investigations, they believed that the 4 suspects would be able to assist them in solving the Lusikisiki mass murder case, and they began to launch a nationwide manhunt for them.
Leading our bulletin this hour, the South African Police Service has launched a manhunt for 4 suspects they believe may be linked to the Lusikisiki mass murders.
Members of the public are asked to come forward with any information about the whereabouts of the men who are considered dangerous and possibly armed.
Now here's Brigadier Atlenda Mate.
They are 20-year-old Songezo Vuma, 31-year-old Bonga Hinsa, 25-year-old Apiwe Ndende, and 31-year-old Luando Anthony A.B. Shakes. Members of the public are cautioned not to confront these suspects as they are considered to be dangerous and may be heavily armed. Members of the public are urged to come forward with any information regarding the whereabouts of these 4 suspects. Members of the public can call 082-302-7762 with information. Callers are reminded that they may remain anonymous. The 4 suspects are also advised to hand themselves over at the nearest police station.
The SAPS warned people not to confront the suspects, as they were considered to be dangerous and may be heavily armed. The police instead told members of the public to come forward with any information regarding the whereabouts of these suspects, and anyone with information was encouraged to contact the Police Organised Crime Unit or the Serious and Violent Crimes Unit. On the 16th of October, a little less than 24 hours after police issued the alert for the wanted suspects, they received a tip-off from a community member that 3 of the wanted suspects were hiding at a rented house at Mholombe Informal Settlement in Port Shepstone, a large town which is located in the KwaZulu-Natal province. Soon after getting the alert, the Port Shepstone K9 police unit, along with public order police officers, conducted a swift operation which led to their arrest. The 3 suspects who were arrested in Port Shepstone were Apiwe Ndende, Bongo Hinsa and Songezo Vuma. Luandile Anthony was also arrested on the same day. He was arrested in East London, a town which is a 5-hour drive away from Lusikisiki. On the 17th of October, the following day, the South African Police Service arrested 2 more suspects who were linked to the mass shooting. 38-year-old Zenande Paya and 36-year-old Mawethu Nomdlembu were arrested in Flagstaff, a town which is located about 45 kilometers north of Lusikisiki. During the arrest of these 2, the police recovered 3 AK-47 assault rifles and also a .243 Steyr Mannlicher rifle belonging to the suspects. The police believed that these were the weapons which were used in the mass killing in Lusikisiki. The police also managed to retrieve 82 live rounds of ammunition as well. On the 18th of October, Apiwe Ndende, Luandile Anthony and Bongo Hinsa appeared at the Lusikisiki Magistrates Court. The 3 would be officially charged with 18 counts of murder and also 1 count of possession of an unlicensed AK-47 assault rifle. The court would warn them that they faced a life sentence for each of the 18 counts of murder if they are found guilty. During their court proceedings, the state would reveal that these 3 men were also former convicts. When asked about their previous convictions, Apiwe told the court that he was currently out on bail on a murder charge in a 2022 case. Luandile Anthony told the court that he had a previous conviction for attempted murder in 2012. He was sentenced to 10 years of direct imprisonment by the Khayelitsha Magistrates Court, but he only served 7 years. Bongo Hinsa said that he has a previous conviction for illegal possession of drugs and was handed a 3-year suspended sentence by the Flagstaff Magistrates Court. On the same week, the new Minister of Police Senzo Mchunu and also the National Police Commissioner General Fanny Masemola were at the city of Cape Town addressing the Police Portfolio Committee about the annual reports of police entities like the DNA Board and Civilian Secretariat for Police. During his speech, Mchunu made a revelation about the Lusikisiki mass shooting and provided an update on the investigation. Mchunu said police had received information that the mass murder had been planned and ordered by an individual who was behind bars. That individual would be revealed as 46-year-old Zukisi Ndamase, who was detained at Ebongweni Correctional Center, a supermax prison located in the town of Kokstad, which is about 2 hours away from Lusikisiki. South Africa has only 2 maximum prisons in the country, and Ebongweni is the biggest of the 2. Ndamase has been locked up at Ebongweni since 2007, where he is serving a life sentence for murder and robbery. He was apprehended from the correctional facility, and on the 31st of October, he appeared at the Lusikisiki court, where he was officially charged for orchestrating the murder of the 18 individuals who were shot and killed in Lusikisiki. During his appearance in court, Ndamase chose to not get a lawyer, and instead wanted to conduct his own defense against the state, and he decided not to apply for bail. According to the National Prosecuting Agency, they managed to link Ndamase and his 6 co-accused through their phone records, which showed a money trail. They, however, did not want to divulge the links between the deceased and the accused, as they feared that this might compromise their investigation. The trial of the 7 men charged with the murder of the 18 people who were shot and killed in Lusikisiki is set to be heard in the Lusikisiki Regional Court for 2 weeks, starting from the 17th of February to the 28th of February, 2025.